got really good.
Bruh, I'm the biggest fan. Where is Ego? Yeah, these are the comments.
What the?
This is funny.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. We're in the gym. Is this working? I don't know. I keep saying bad connection.
Is it still doing it?
Yeah, it's just saying bad connection. I don't know. Someone said, "What up?" Can you guys hear? This is crazy. We see you, you good?
You good?
That's what they said.
Okay, cool.
What the? This is weird. I'm trying to figure out how to take this thing off. Oh. Ego, what it do? Yeah, good to go for me. Yeah, boy. Okay, we're here.
Good.
Hold on. Boxing Ego, we're in the Virgil Hunter gym. See the signs. Quick tour. Amir Khan. Some punching bags. Someone's saying it froze. I don't know. I guess we're good. Tell us your name, sir.
Joey Spencer.
How can fans follow you? What's your information?
Instagram at Joey D Spencer. Go follow me on Instagram, and then Facebook Joey Spencer.
Now, you just did a light workout.
Yeah.
You staying ready?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna ask you some questions.
Let's do it.
There's froze but started again. It's this connection is horrible. Wow. Straight over here. Canelo versus Chavez Jr.
Mm-hmm.
Who wins that fight?
I think I'm gonna pick Canelo for that fight. Even though it looks like a real even fight, I just think that Canelo, I think there's gonna be something on the back end that's gonna make Canelo win, because I think he's just supposed to win. And I think that Canelo and Golden Boy, they're not picking this fight for no reason. And I think it's meant to build Canelo's star. And I think it'll do that, and I think that he'll come out on top at the end of the day.
What about weight? A lot of people say, like, Chavez Jr. is going to struggle with the weight.
Mm-hmm.
When you're cutting weight,
Yeah.
when you're getting down to, like, the last couple of pounds, is that the hardest for you?
The last couple pounds usually falls off for me, but
Well, that's because you're 16.
it's just because I'm 16. So for him, you know what I mean. It depends on, I think, how much he's cutting weight and how disciplined he was before the fight, as far as before the camp even started. Because I know the pros in here, they start losing weight, weeks before they're basically a few pounds off before they even get into camp, so that they can just focus on boxing. And if you do it like that and you maintain a healthy lifestyle throughout the year, then you're not going to be like, the last 2 pounds literally won't come off. It's not going to happen because you didn't let yourself grow out of a weight class. If the last 2 pounds aren't coming off, then you've grown out of the weight class. It seems like Chavez Jr. has been getting real big. So he started at what, middleweight?
Yeah, 116.
So
when he was younger, I think he was lighter than that. But
so if he's having problems with the last couple pounds, then I think he should be good, to be honest. If he misses,
he
this
just
weight,
fought in
then it'd be
December
crazy.
too.
Yeah, but
And there's $1 million per pound, every pound
so
over.
I doubt he's gonna be overweight.
Yeah, he ain't trying to.
doubt.
He'll have no paycheck if he misses a couple pounds.
Yeah.
Now, so you're picking Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
You're also the man on my video. You picked Canelo to beat Triple G.
Yeah.
What is it about Canelo's style that gives Triple G problems from your stance?
I think what it is that Canelo has, people don't understand, Canelo's a really, really good counterpuncher. And I think, everyone's talking about Triple G, him not being able to handle Triple G's power. I just think that he can have power. First of all, Canelo's he's not going to go down for anybody. I mean, I can't imagine Canelo taking a knee or falling for anybody, to be honest, and nor can I Triple G. And I think that they're both just strong to the point and in shape to the point where they're not gonna, and they respect the game enough in their preparation. They're not gonna be, going down for anybody. So I don't think you're gonna see that in that fight. I honestly think it's just gonna be a shootout. I think you're gonna see Triple G start boxing a little more because Triple G can box. Triple G's not straight up and down like people think. Triple G won a silver medal in the Olympics. Yeah. And he beat Andre Durrell in the Olympics, and Andre Durrell, is a serious boxer. And he boxed in that fight. If you go back on YouTube and you watch that fight, so he'll start boxing. But I just think Triple G has been knocking so many people out that he would have to make an adjustment in that fight and go back to boxing. And I just don't know if he'll do that or if he'll be wanting to knock Canelo out. And if he tries to do that, then I think Canelo would be too good a counterpuncher. He's got really sneaky defense. Canelo does. You won't even see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
that upper body movement I noticed is getting real nice.
Sneaky defense, man. Like, he's not crazy with it. He moves just enough to get out of the way of your shot, and no more than that.
Now, what about Juan Manuel Marquez versus Miguel Cotto if they were to fight? Let's say 147 to 150. At this point, they're both kind of considered past their prime.
I think it's I definitely think Marquez is maybe more past his prime than Cotto. I think Cotto's still got some stuff left in the tank, but he's definitely at the final string of fights. And that's an interesting fight, but I think that Canelo's got too much size on him, to be honest.
Cotto?
Yeah, Cotto's got too much size on him, and I think that Cotto would definitely pull that fight out.
Now, who would you have picked? Obviously, it got canceled, but Cotto, if he did fight James Kirkland with Ann Wolfe, coming off a knockout?
I think Cotto would have won. Cotto's my guy. Cotto's my, I love Cotto. He's been a childhood,
Oh, yeah, your dog. Yeah. Tell him about your dog. Where's your dog?
I got my dog. I don't know where he's at right now.
What's your dog's name?
He's Cotto Spencer. So.
Okay, so
that's my dog.
Real fan. He named his dog after.
Fan, so
what kind of dog is that, too?
It's a Dutch Shepherd.
Okay.
Dutch Shepherd. So, so I think Cotto would definitely pull it off, but I really like the matchup because I think with Ann Wolfe that would have been a shootout as well. So I think it would have been a really, really.
Yeah, Cotto would have to be like in shape and stuff.
Yeah,
to deal with the pace. What else? Let's see what else. Showing them. Whose shoes are those?
Those are my little brothers.
That's a nice looking tracksuit. What is that?
Oh, it's Box Raw. Box Raw. Everybody needs to go check out Box Raw because they got the best stuff.
Shout out to the UK. Shout out to Trap Photos.
Yeah, absolutely. I like this stuff.
Now, what's it like being in the Virgil Hunter gym?
Just being able to pick up things every day, new things every day. I can just sit back and sit around and listen to the old heads in the gym, and then the pro fighters in the gym. And there's always 3 or 4, maybe sometimes 4 or 5, sometimes 5 or 6 pro fighters in the gym that have done it already and have, already, some are at the end of their careers, and they're just open advice all the time, and they help me any way they can. So it's good, man. I'm just learning.
Tight. Now, Nate Diaz was just in the gym.
Yeah.
You got to meet him.
Mm-hmm.
You seen him spar too.
Yeah, I saw him spar. He's got some serious hands. He throws a lot of punches.
Were you surprised?
Oh yeah, everybody I feel like was. I mean, it was just really. I was wondering how they were gonna bring, how a UFC fighter was gonna be sparring with a boxer in the first place, but he
was he sparring with a known person or?
Yeah. I don't know if I'm supposed to just.
Yeah. You don't have to.
But yeah, he was for sure, and it was. He's good. So he's a hard worker. He throws a lot of punches. So.
Yeah, I seen him spar in. I think we were in Manteca, and he's always in like just dumbass conditioning.
Yeah.
Like it was like random.
After he got done with like 6 rounds, he got out and just did like 5 rounds on the mitts, but like the same way, just like punches and bunches, just tons of punches. So
yeah, he's in shape, and he wants that Conor rematch. So hopefully he gets that. Yep. Amir Khan's back in the gym.
Yep, Khan's back in the gym. Yep, he's getting he's getting in shape, so can't wait to see what he does next. He's a cool dude, so.
I gotta ask you,
What's up?
Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, I mean, Danny Garcia is one of my favorite fighters. I'm hoping Danny beats him. I'm hoping he does, and I think that he's got the tools to do it. I think he's underrated, and I think that especially.
Why does he
get
get slept on so much, do you think?
I think they've had a poor choice of fights for whatever reason. I think he needs to fight. I'm with everybody saying that he needs to fight more high caliber fighters, but the thing about it is he is now, so stop hating on him. You know, give him a fair shake. Is he a good fighter or is he not a good fighter? You know what I mean? You can say he hasn't fought top level competition lately, but you can't say he's not a good fighter. So, I mean, I think that he's got a good chance, more than a good chance, to win the fight against Thurman.
What does he have to watch out for from what you've seen from Thurman?
Thing about it is that Thurman throws really. Danny is a very he can catch you in the exchange, like he caught Khan. Khan was throwing, Khan was beating him. But the thing is, people think that was a lucky shot that Danny hit Khan with. I don't think it was luck. I think it was just really, really good timing. And I think that if that fight would have kept going, I think Khan would have beat him. So that shot did make the difference in the fight. But I just don't think it was like he just closed his eyes and threw it. My point is that I think that if Keith Thurman loads up and throws, big overhands and he boxes, he moves, he's not like a pressure fighter, but he throws big combinations and he throws everything on him most of the time. He throws he throws hard shots, and I think that that's the type of shot that Danny is just waiting for, and then he just sits with that big hook. He sits and then throws it. So you can get caught in the exchange really easy. Anybody could, so that's why I give him such a good shot.
See, hold on. Joey Spencer, he knows his stuff.
You got it.
I tried telling you guys.
You got it.
I agree with you. I think he kind of has somewhat similar to Pacquiao, where he just hops in and tries to get his combinations off.
Exactly.
So he might end up biting more than he could choose.
Is that, and that's why Khan came to Virgil Hunter's gym after that fight, because now Khan's timing, and you saw it in the Canelo fight, Khan's timing is totally different now. I mean, he just looks, that back in the day, he kind of did what Thurman does. He doesn't, he's so fast, he used to just bop, 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 bop. And then most people couldn't deal with it because he was so fast. Kind of like when Pacquiao got knocked out by Marquez. He's so fast, so he got so used to just being able to jump in and just being so fast and then jump back out. So that
looked like Pacquiao too, the little stutter step that he does.
And then, a fighter with timing, he's
waiting for that.
He's waiting for that, and then also when he throws his punches, he's not going to be out here and try and hit you when you're over there. You know what I mean? And that's why speed can be a gift and a curse sometimes, because if you're so gifted and you're so athletically gifted, you're going to think that you can go over there and just pop somebody and then be out. You know what I mean? But it only takes one shot. And if you try to do that, you're also leaving yourself open. You can get dropped easily. It can happen to anybody. So that's why that's what Thurman does, is he's so strong and fast. He just wants to drop you all the time. So he's like, and then, he pulls back out.
Yeah.
Garcia is just waiting because he's not extra fast. He's not, he's strong, obviously, but he's not extra fast and explosive. So he's forced to kind of sit back more and wait for you. You know what I mean? So that's why I really give him a real chance. I think I could see that fight ending with Thurman on the canvas, to be honest. I really could. And vice versa, of course, because Thurman can pop too. So, but I really could.
Some people might agree with me, but I actually think Danny Garcia, he and Canelo have some similarities. I think Canelo has better upper body movement, but I think they're both natural counter punchers, boxer punchers with slow feet.
Yeah.
But if you bring the fight to them, that's their best work.
Similar.
If you move around a lot,
Similar.
that's gonna give them the most problems.
And people are comparing it to Thurman being kind of like Herrera, giving him problems and stuff like that. That's not how Thurman is. Thurman might move, but he's not a boxer.
See.
You know what I mean? He might move, but that doesn't make him a technician that's gonna give Danny the time.
Yeah, because Mauricio Herrera is a guy with limited power.
Yep.
And he threw a lot of jabs.
If you jump in, and Thurman doesn't really. If you jump in against Garcia, you're gonna get hit. and it might be deadly. You know what I mean? It might be deadly.
Nice breakdown on that particular fight. Someone said, how tall are you?
I'm like 5'9".
What's your weight class?
I fight 152 as an amateur.
152. We got all the equipment. Hit me up. I've been sparring partner to 31 champs. I would like to chat with you. They say you look 6 feet tall.
6 feet?
Yeah.
How tall are you, Eagle?
Huh?
How tall are you?
Like 6'5". What? The people are putting weird comments. They're like, I don't know. They're disappearing. I gotta see them. Do a little shadow box. I'm about to wrap this one.
What?
I'm about to wrap it up.
Shadow boxing with my J's.
Yeah, let me see that.
That too.
See, you already living the life. Oh, someone asking you about Canelo Triple G.
All they want to know
And
about
he
Canelo
was
Triple G.
hurt bad in that fight. I don't know.
Who?
I don't know. But I don't, they're just leaving comments. I'm trying to, they said Canelo Triple G.
Canelo. I think. Did we already talk about this in the live?
I don't know. Someone just left the
Canelo,
comment.
has the defense that it takes to, you know what? But like I said, Triple G can box too. So I think that you're gonna see like a really intense shootout, and I think that Canelo is just gonna be a little quicker, and be able to come off his defense because he's a really sharp counterpuncher. I think he'll be able to come off his defense real fast and come back off it, and he'll just be a little quicker than Triple G.
Someone said you would beat Conor McGregor's ass.
Would I? I think so too, man.
Okay, so what's the difference? Why does boxing need the respect? Like if you're crossing over from the UFC, what's the challenges that you could foresee? Is it just because people like you have been fighting since they've been 6, 7 to this dedicated sport?
That's the problem. They're dedicated too. I mean, you can't take that away from them. Knowing different techniques and different things that they do, you can't say that, no one can say that they're not dedicated, but the difference is that we're dedicated to a specific thing. If I spend time, if I've got that's why if you've got different hobbies, if you've got 3 jobs, you might not be as good at those 3 particular jobs as you are if you do one job and you work the same amount and you put all your time and passion into that. You can't come over to boxing where we know how to use our fists. You know what I mean? You may know how to use your fists a little bit and then know how to be on the ground a lot or a little bit, or know how to do a well-rounded amount of things. But you gotta focus. For us, we focused on one thing forever. You know what I mean? So if you come into us, if you come in with us and try to put your hands up against ours, it's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? And we already talked about this in our other interview. It could happen, actually, if they don't try to be something that they're not. Because UFC fighters, their best asset in the boxing ring is going to be how awkward they are, because they're not that. So what they need to do is come out just guns a-blazing and not try to come out like Ronda Rousey did in her fight and just stand there and try and be in a boxing stance, try to keep her hands up. No, get out there. If you're going to, their best defense is going to be their offense. Come out there and be awkward. Do all the crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Throw your hands in weird ways.
Because it's harder to time that. And
because
all that.
Just like I said, we're so used to being in there with clean boxers that have been in there since they were 8 years old. So if we get in there with someone, if you get in there from experience, I can get in there with someone with 80, 90 fights all day. I can get in there with pros who are well-rounded, and that's where I'll look best. If I get in there with somebody who's, I'll say, the hardest person to spar or fight is a really tough beginner. A really tough beginner is the hardest to fight that's got heart. Because they'll come out and they'll just be letting them go, man. They let them go. And that's the hardest, not even just letting them go, but the way they do it is so hard to time.
Because it's not textbook.
So hard to time. And I'm sure a lot of boxers will agree with me on that one.
All right, I'm going to play a game with you. It's called Threes.
All right.
I'm going to ask you a question, and then you name 3 in that category.
Okay.
3 of your favorite fighters, all time.
All time. Man, it's hard to do all time.
Current.
Current, all right, Mayweather, Canelo, Terrence Crawford.
What do you like about Floyd?
He did things different. He didn't do what everybody else wanted him to do. He did his own thing.
What do you like about Canelo?
I like his well-roundedness.
You like his swag, don't front. I see you with you got the Jordans on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Canelo got swag when he fights.
Yeah, he's a superstar. You know what I mean? I like that. I like guys who are. I like that he feels, he's a rock star. I like that.
Now, what is it about Crawford?
He's untouchable. I like not even he believes he's untouchable, and he's in the zone right now. You know what I mean? And I like that about him.
Crawford, Pacquiao.
Crawford.
140 or 147?
Either one.
Crawford beats him.
Mm-hmm.
Pacquiao he's just too old, or just he lacks certain fundamentals.
I think that it definitely has to do with being a little bit past his prime that I picked Crawford. But if Crawford in his prime fought Pacquiao in his prime, it'd be a toss-up to me.
Skills pay the bills. All right, three heavyweights. Actually, 3 heavyweight fights you want to see.
Man, I'm just now getting back into the heavyweight division, following it. I'm excited to see Joshua and Klitschko because I want to see Joshua knock Klitschko out.
Why you want to see that?
I'm not.
Klitschko owe you some money?
No. Well, you know what? I'm really excited about the American champion, Deontay Wilder, coming in. And I don't even care that Anthony Joshua is British. I'm ready to see somebody who's not going to bore the crap out of everybody all the time. And it's not me at all who's saying, I'm not about like people being like, oh, that's boring. Boxing is boring. It's not that. It's that I feel like being as big as he is, he does finish, but I'm like, I feel like he's lazy to me. Like, I don't like laziness. I don't like laziness in the ring. I feel like he's a little bit lazy sometimes, and he takes his height for granted. I feel like I've seen him fight pretty much every time he fights a tall fighter. I mean, how many losses does he have? And every time he loses from a tall fighter that's his size. I guarantee you, every time he loses to a fighter his size. I don't like it that not only he's so tall so he wins these fights. If you put him up against, here's what I don't like about him, is he's so tall. Over the years, everyone's talking about, I don't not like him because he's tall, because that's his God-gifted, he was gifted with that. But if you're going to be tall, be like Deontay Wilder and go,
do some. And see, that's the thing. He can do some damage.
He can do it, but it's like he chooses not to sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like whenever he knocks somebody out, it's because it just happens. You know what I mean? Like, he never goes out there looking to kill somebody like Deontay. Like, you see Deontay, he's got that right hand. He's just ready to kill you.
Yeah, it's cocked ready.
You know what I mean? And, so when Klitschko is in the at the height of his career, and both the brothers have all the belts. I hated it because I felt like all the heavyweight division was dead, and I blame that on the Klitschko's 100%, because you could put Chris Arreola, you could put him in there with any of the smaller heavyweights. You could make good fights. You know what I mean? They could be good if you put them in, but none of them ever get to that point because they get demolished by Klitschko.
Yeah, they couldn't beat
They just get
Klitschko.
pushed to the bottom. You know what I mean? I didn't like that. I like the fact that there's going to be good competitive fights in the heavyweight division, and Klitschko can be a part of that. I don't mind that, but because who knows, he could get up against Joshua and they could just be a slugfest, and that's fine. But I'm just ready to see the heavyweight division take off. I'm ready to see it take off because I think that Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua could take like a Floyd Mayweather thing going. Like,
that's a good fight.
You know,
like, have you seen enough of Joshua to determine who you would pick? Are you leaning towards Wilder or Joshua in that fight?
Man, it's hard to say on that one. It's hard to say.
That's why we want to see it, because it's one of those types of fights.
And I want to say one more thing. I hate haters, so I'm not. There's something about Klitschko's. I don't knock what he did, and I'm not saying that he was never good. And I don't not like him as a person or take away from his accomplishments. I don't like his style, being that I'm not saying I don't like him because he's not tall. I don't like his style of fighting because I think it killed the heavyweight division. And I think that it's going to come back now that Joshua and Deontay are there, so that's why I want Anthony to beat him.
Yeah, they both are exciting
Other than
crowd
that,
pleasers.
Yeah.
But I feel you, because, I mean, at the end of the day, the heavyweight division, that's really what it's known for, because these dudes are so big. Like, there's, I mean, Mike Tyson, anybody. You know what I mean? Those guys are all killers. So, like, yeah, most of the time you've seen entertaining heavyweight scraps because these dudes are like 240, 250.
Yeah, and you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, Klitschko has a lot of knockouts. It's not that he doesn't knock guys out, but who really says that? Everyone knows
like
Klitschko's
highlight
boring,
reel knockout.
You know what I mean? Everybody knows Klitschko's boring. So that's what I mean. Like, if you're a heavyweight, you should be a heavyweight who's ready to go kill somebody. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I gotta block somebody.
Why? What does he say?
This is dumb. This is live is funny. So you ready for the changing of the guard?
That's all I'm ready for. I'm ready for a change up.
Now, a fight, I gotta ask you about this. Errol Spence Jr. and Kell Brook.
Oh man, that's a brilliant fight that I really hope gets made in the future. I hope, you know, that all gets settled because Kell Brook is really, really, in my book, one of the best fighters, and I just hope he starts fighting. Like when he fought Sean Porter, that was the first time that he really showcased his possible greatness.
Yeah, because he was in with someone
you gotta
even.
Get it, and I hope that he does that, you know, because I really think that he could be one of those great fighters. But I mean, I know that over in the UK, he's got such a following. He could choose never to, you know, and still make the same amount of money. But I just really think that if he fought Kell Brook, if Kell Brook fought Errol, it'd be a great fight, and whoever wins, that's going to propel him, and that's what boxing needs.
Definitely.
Same as Anthony Joshua versus Deontay Wilder. And that's what I meant about the Klitschko thing, is that we need fights that are going to propel somebody. You know what I mean? Like, we need Anthony to beat Klitschko so Anthony and Deontay can come in, and whoever wins that fight is a superstar. We need Triple G and Canelo to fight. Whoever wins is the next superstar.
See, I like the way, we need to be matchmakers. I like the way you think. That's absolutely true.
And of course, boxing's a business, so, but sometimes you gotta think like a fan too. Like, we need to see who's gonna, no more cutting corners anymore. Let's see who the best is. You know what I mean? And that's what I like about Garcia and Thurman coming together. They did that round robin tournament with the welterweights, and I love that because we're gonna see, Floyd's gone. No more protecting fighters and like, who's gonna be the next cash cow? We gotta see, you know what I mean? And I like that they're fighting it out, doing a tournament.
Also, people say boxing is a business. If you make the fights that are the biggest and baddest fights that the fans have been asking for, then there's your business right there. Canelo, Triple G, people would pay for it.
True,
they both have a good fan base. People would pay for it. Errol Spence, Kell Brook, people would pay for it.
For sure.
Someone says, what's your amateur record?
I've got somewhere close to 90 fights. I got 10 losses.
Nope. You guys heard it. Where can they follow you?
Go follow me at Joey D. Spencer.
We got some interviews coming, a lot of good stuff. Someone said Brooke should retire. No, we want the big fights.